Hello everyone, Humphrey here with Router Gods, and as you know, it's March, and it's about time for the Bangkok Motor Show that I cover every year for the past 8, 9 years or so. And you've seen those videos on the Router Gods channel kind of intermixed with the Cisco and the other videos, and that causes some confusion, and I apologize for that. Now in the past it's not been a big deal because I wasn't employed by anyone of great importance, but as it stands right now, I think I have to start putting the videos, those car show and motor show videos, on a separate channel. So I'm just going to give you an update of where that's going, the new camera I'm going to be using for the Bangkok Motor Show this year, along with talking a little bit about the new editing system that I have. So let's talk about the new channel. All car show videos from now on will be posted to a separate channel that's going to be linked somewhere here. Yeah, right there. We'll put it right there. So click on that link right there and it's going to take you to the new channel. Now, what do I call the new channel? I was very uncreative. I'm going to call it Evil Router Gods. So all the professional videos go on Router Gods. All the quote unquote other videos will go on Evil Router Gods. So should make sense. Okay, so this year I'm doing something a little risky. I'm changing two major things, which you should never really do for any critical job type video shoot. But I'm changing two critical things at once. Usually you just want to change one, but here we're changing two. I've switched from the Canon T3i 35 1.4 millimeter lens. Very capable camera. I had it hacked with Magic Lantern. It has served me for 4 years. I have pushed that camera to its absolute limits. I cannot do anything more with that camera. I was recording at extremely high bit rate, very low light. I had video lights on it. It was amazing camera for the price and for the age, right? So we're talking about a 5 or 6 year old camera, and it's still a very capable camera. The reason I'm switching from that camera, two big reasons, well, three big reasons actually. Lack of 4K is the first reason. Lack of built-in image stabilization, and then also low light capability. Now the lens that I was using had great low light capability, but I've got the new Sony A7S Mark II. I'm actually renting this camera, and the reason for renting it rather than buying it is the rental for 2 weeks is about $500-ish. So it's actually 300 something, 400 or something like that. And then I added in some insurance just in case I drop it or something like that. So let's call it 500 something for 2 weeks. Now it definitely sounds like a lot for a rental, but you have to think that I only really do one major event a year. So it doesn't make sense for me to plunk down $2,500 for a camera if I'm going to use it once per year. So that's the rental. As far as lenses, I have a lens coming from a friend, and then I may also buy another lens inside of Bangkok. So the Sony FE mount lenses, which is the full frame E mount for this particular camera, and all Sony full frame cameras are fairly easy to find. So I should be able to find them at a major department store, major camera store in Bangkok. So first major change is I have to learn how to use this camera, and I've got a week to do it. Yeah, I have a week to do it. Shouldn't be too big of a problem, right? I just have to learn the new layout buttons, I have to learn the new settings, but I think the more challenging thing is the second major change, which is changing from Sony Vegas into Adobe Premiere Pro. So Adobe Vegas, I've been using it for probably 8, 9, 10 years maybe. Very used to it. I can edit very quickly. I can render. I know how to do all the settings. So I could do that in my sleep. Adobe Premiere, brand new system for me, and I have to relearn everything. So that's going to be a little bit of a challenge. And along with kind of a minor third thing I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be shooting in S-Log3, which is, you can kind of think of it as almost like RAW for video. So I'm going to have to do a lot of color correction, a lot of level changing inside of Adobe Premiere. So lots of things going on. Now for this year, as far as the rendering pipeline is concerned, we're doing something very interesting. Now a couple years ago, what I started doing is I switched from just rendering on a laptop So let's see if that shows up. All right. So usually I would bring a very powerful laptop. I would edit and render on that laptop. Now the problem is when you edit and render on the laptop, when you start rendering, you can't edit anymore. So that laptop basically sits unused for 15, 20, 30 minutes while that video file is being rendered. So 2 years ago, I did something a little different. I brought along a shuttle PC. So a little shuttle PC, and what I did now is I was editing on the laptop. As soon as I finished editing, I would take that file, that Sony Vegas file, chuck it over the shuttle, which was all set up. It was basically a crossover cable, dumped it into a share folder, and then I started the render on the shuttle, which frees up the laptop to go back to editing, which is very important when you have to churn out 10 to 20 videos a day. That's the only way you could really do this in a set amount of time. And then as these videos are finished rendering, I'm uploading them to YouTube simultaneously. So I basically have three things going on. I'm editing on the laptop, I'm rendering on the shuttle, and any completed videos that are rendered, finished rendered videos, are also being shoved out to YouTube, being uploaded. The upload to YouTube doesn't take up very much processing power, so that's not a big hit on the shuttle. So in the previous years, this has been a shuttle DS81, very capable computer. It's very thin. It's like basically the size of a book. It uses the Core i7 4790S processor, which is a 65 watt processor, I believe. Core i7, hyper-threading, 8 cores, all that good stuff, very capable. This year we went up one step, or actually a couple, like 3 or 4 steps. Basically I brought the shuttle, the big one that you've seen in some of our previous videos. This is the SH170RS. It is a Skylake i7 6700K processor. So that processor is running at 4 cores, hyper-threaded to 8, and can go 4 gigahertz turbo up to 4.2. And this guy right here has got 64 gigs of RAM, along with a 500 gig SSD, M.2 SSD. So we're talking about a very, very beefy computer. This laptop has also changed. I'm now using my work laptop. Apologize to work, but they gave me a really good laptop. This is the MacBook Pro Retina Edition, 15-inch screen, really awesome, 16 gigs of RAM. So I went with that instead of the previous years, which has been the Asus Republic of Gamers, really huge laptop. It was the G75W, really fast, but it is just a 10-pound laptop, along with a 3-pound power brick. So, you know, when you carry that laptop around, you can't carry anything else in your backpack. But the MacBook Pro, it's really thin. There's no edges to it. The power brick is fairly small. So I was able to carry the MacBook Pro, a projector, a shuttle PC, along with the camera and a whole bunch of other stuff. And I didn't have to check in any luggage. So pretty good stuff. So that's what we have going on. The videos for the Bangkok Motor Show, they're going to start going up in the next couple days because I've got a whole bunch from last year and also a motorcycle show that I shot in Pattaya that the videos can't go on the regular channel. They're just too, how should I put it? They're just not going to work for the regular channel. So all the motor show videos, all the motorcycle show videos are going on Evil Router Gods, that link that I showed you before, and all the professional stuff will still remain on Router Gods, the regular YouTube channel. Once again, my name's Humphrey Chung. You guys know me here in Bangkok for the next 2 weeks. Going to be very busy here playing around with the Sony a7S Mark II camera along with Adobe Premiere, and I'll be uploading videos on tips and tricks for the camera along with editing and of course Bangkok Motor Show videos coming up. Thanks a lot. I'll talk to you later.